All right, good morning, everybody. Happy Saturday to y'all. Hopefully, y'all can see and hear me. I'm going to turn on some light here. I'm not running the dual camera setup through OBS today, and instead went back to what works until I can figure out why something isn't working with my audio, because apparently that's a common issue no matter if it's live streaming or not. Uh, Hopefully it works. I use a different setup whenever we record the podcast. It's actually like a almost like a gaming headset where you've got stereo earphones and then a little microphone comes out from it. Um, so that's why why that sounds different. Um, but anyway, hopefully now, uh, hopefully now everything is sounding good. So if it is, let's see here. Let's run through the roll call. Dana Reed, good morning. Thank you for getting the lights. Miko Wolf, hot on her heels. Rune International, had to prep a late lunch, early dinner. I think that's like saw the discussion in there about that. We call that I don't know what we call that. I really don't do that, so I don't have a name for it. G Keyman 565, good morning. Who else do we have in here? Robert Patton, good morning. Dave Idion, hello to you. Nate Godden, good morning. Who else do we have? Pocket Women, good early morning to you, because I know it's just after midnight where you are. Nice summertime, warm weather down under. I wish I was there. I hate this cold weather. As the title implies, we may be getting snow. Let's see. Ronald, good morning to you, sir. Who else do we have? James Randolph, good morning. HKS, good morning to you, sir. Hope you're doing well, Jeff. Working in the shop today. Watching me work in the shop. Well, I'm not getting paid. Not really going to do any work, but we do have something to actually tear apart. You'll be 1:30 a.m. there. Okay, wow, that is early. Too early for me. Uh, anyway, yeah, we're supposed to possibly get a wintry mix tonight into tomorrow. Mix of rain and snow, which, depending on how the temperature goes, will depend on if we actually get snow or not. Up in my old stomping grounds, where I used to live before moving to my house, uh, they are calling for about 6 inches of snow, and I was supposed to work the other job up there tomorrow during the day, and I called the scheduling coordinator last night, and on my way home, and I'm like, I may not be able to make it up there just because of my car and everything, and I'm not sinking any more money into my car right now, including tires, and the tires that I have on there, I don't think would make it in any snow. And she said, well, Tim, just to be honest with you, I completely forgot that I had you scheduled for Sunday, so it's already covered. So that worked out for me. Um, so yes, all the kitties are here still. Oh my God, they have torn the place up. That's why we've not done any videos working on the safe, which I did something really interesting a few weeks ago. Uh, Swapped out that Securam Extreme uh, lock that was on there, the one with the digital keypad, but you could pull the release and then spin it as a regular dial. I took that off because I couldn't figure out how to keep the spindle from coming out. Apparently, it may be stripped. Um, found a found a Securam keypad and lock body that was working. Reset those and married them together, which that is the proper terminology for when you join a keypad to a lock body. Here's one of the caddies now, Rambo. I forget what y'all call him, but I call him Rambo because he's so rambunctious. Dana, they're waiting for you. Little girl is in one of her hiding spots right now, I think. Um, there she is. She's watching over there. Uh, Anyway, so what was I saying? Oh yeah, but no, the cats have just completely destroyed the shop. Everything is everywhere. I can't find anything. And every time I put stuff back, come back out the next day, and it's all tore up again. See, Ronald is stuck in Ohio. Ah, Ronald, you should hit Jeff up. He's in Ohio. Don't know what part you're in, but you should hit up Jeff because he's up there right now. Um, Sunny and 29 there, Dana. Uh, it's a It's actually about 48 outside right now, but it was 51 when I left the house earlier this morning to run errands. So it's getting colder and supposed to continue to get colder. Um, no, this is no two boys and one girl, not counting Cornelia, Dana. Let's see here. Secure Tech, good morning. Some Cheetos and peanuts. Okay. I can't have peanuts anymore, so I will send you my share of peanuts, Ronald. Um, Yeah, last weekend I was not live. A week before, when my audio crapped out, kind of towards the end of everything, I was telling everybody that I was going to NCLA to the quarterly meeting and trade show last weekend. Um, the video I posted showing kind of the stuff that I got from the trade show, that was up there. Again, I apologize for the audio on that. It really, really sucked because I went back and I listened to it, and I don't see how anybody could understand anything of what I said. But I got some freebies, and some of it's going to be going out to some of y'all someday. And the other stuff I got is kind of cool stuff that I'm going to hang on to. Um, yeah, yes, you are taking up center stage. You're going to have to move in a minute, though, because I need this space. I need it. Um, but yeah, NCLA, the classes were really good. I took two classes taught by a guy from Lockmasters. The first one was on the Dormicaba 700 series safe lock, which looks okay. My boss will never let me buy any Lagarde type products, so I don't know how those would actually work. The second class was on the Tecnosecurezza locks, which are Italian made. It's an Italian company, but they are making some components here in the US and are implementing plans that I think by the end of this year, everything that they manufacture will be manufactured here in the US. Um, you two stop, please. Um, anyway, they're really, really cool locks. The kind of the highest end that they make, which is the Techno or the Tech Master. They are um, they're not for residential use. They're designed for commercial use, but they are really really cool. You can do everything to that lock remotely through an online connection, except for unlock the lock. So you cannot have remote unlock from it. No way, shape, or form. But you can set codes, you can set one-time codes, you can program in a new little key fob so you have two credentials to enter, and they're really cool. The residential ones look pretty good too. Speaking of residential and electronic stuff, I'm going to turn up the warmth out here because it's a little bit cold. Uh, just a little bit nippy out here today. Kitty's center of attention. Yep, Miko, he certainly is. Certainly wants to be. So anyway, let me get the camera shifted here. That's the only thing. I hate having to do this. And my tripod's still kind of busted. So I'm sorry if I'm not getting everything in frame that well, but one day all will be solved. So this product is not what's in the box that it's in. I replaced it. Replaced it a few weeks ago, I think. Grabbed it, thought it might make a good bit for a Saturday live. Take some screws out of here too. I think it was a couple weeks ago. It might have been just the other day. No. And I'll show you what I replaced it with. Tell you a little bit about that. But this is another failed electronic Yale residential deadbolt. This is the outside portion. It does come with a gasket to seal it on the door. It is touchscreen, no physical buttons. It does have a key override, and the key cylinder can be removed to rekey it. It's a quick set keyway. And then you have the inside mounting plate with your through bolts. And again, another rubber gasket to protect the finish on the door. And then you have the inside module, which contains all your motor mechanisms, your electronics boards, and also has this cool little part right here, which is the Yale Smart Connect. It allows you to connect it to Apple HomeKit, Alexa, Hey Google, several other things like that. So basically any type of home automation system, but it plugs in because that's an optional feature. So instead of selling different lock bodies that have different boards, you can buy it with or without this. And if you buy it without, you can later add it. I've seen that. So we're going to look at kind of everything with it, but first we're going to hook this up. Excuse you. Kitties are making a mess. So I'll put this through here so we can just kind of get it bench worthy. I do still have that display, but I did not take the time to take it apart for this video today. I just want to get it kind of ran in there a little bit to where it will hold. Let's see. Good morning, Anthony. Kurt O. Lock and Key, good morning. Let's see who else is here that jumped in. Let's see. Torch, good morning. And one of those Yales without the key override on a shed now has 2 holes in it. And a Schlage with key override replaced it. Yep. Dave, that's what we see. I've seen I've not had one that failed that I had to do an unlock for. Just waiting for that basically to happen. But with no key override, when these electronics fail, you have to pretty much drill straight through the face of the lock on the outside, which to me is not acceptable. I don't like the key override cylinders that come in a lot of these, but something's better than nothing. And if you're able to replace that cylinder, then that's a good thing. Let's see. All right, so there's that. And let's hook the wires up. And get everything together. And then I think these two screws go in here. I did do a install. It was customer provided hardware. They wanted one of these installed, actually this exact model, and I was not, I don't know, I'm not impressed with these. These batteries might not be good. See if we can get any type of power up on them. If not, I'll have to run inside real quick and grab some. Which I meant to grab when I was out at the store today. Okay, those are not working. So let me pop these out. And I'll have to run inside and get some. Alright, I will be back in just a little bit. Give me just a minute. Jay, Locks and Y, good morning. Alright, give me just a second. Let me return with some batteries. Alright. Can you guys still hear me? Uh-oh. What were the cats doing while I was gone? I'm back. Can you all hear me? Maybe? Before I go any further. Good. I need to rewind. Okay. I will when this is over. I'll watch the replay. Yes. I'm sure the cats were being mischievous. Okay. Alright, y'all can hear me. These batteries are out of the lock on my front door, my Schlage Sense, and I know they are low. Looks like it's powering up because I've got a little bit of light there. It's an inside indicator light, I guess. Let's see here. Alright. So this one is not handed correctly. And let's see, how do you reset these? Halftime show's over. Yeah, Let me look on how to reset. Okay. Let's try this procedure. It's one procedure that I found. It may work. Don't know. Let's see. This is to remove the inside from the mounting bracket. Dave, I saw in the chat a little bit ago where you said about the encode, you can replace the cylinder with any 6-pin cylinder, which is that is accurate. The Schlage Sense, you can as well. That's what I've got. Let's see, there's a little reset button I'll show you here in a second that you're supposed to hold down on until the light turns red, which it has not yet. I just let go of it. So we've got the keypad all lit up here. Let's see here. Wake up. Let's see. Yeah, flip the bolt to the other side. I could do that. Have to unhook this, remove the through bolts. These connectors are a pain. That's letting you know, I guess, that it's been disconnected. And here we sit. Yeah, we recorded another episode of the podcast Thursday night. I got to edit that and get it over to Jeff to upload. We're actually, this will put us like 2 weeks ahead because we've got one that's already in the can and uploaded and scheduled to publish, I think Sunday. So if you follow the podcast, it will be Sunday. I don't know when Tyler will get it uploaded to his YouTube channel, but as far as all the podcast apps, it goes up on Sunday. And forget what the topic is, actually. I think it's, is it pricing? No, we just did pricing. Can't remember what the topic of that one is. And the issue that I have with a lot of these smart locks that are out there, So they're all designed to be installed by the end user. And the Schlage ones, if you're one of the few out there that, if you have a Schlage encode or Schlage sense on your door, or you've ever installed them, they're pretty straightforward. I found with a lot of these, like Yales and stuff, they kind of overcomplicate things. And there have been a couple times where customers have had not just Yale, but Quickset and some other stuff out there that it's like Chinese branded stuff, and they'll try to install them themselves and then just fail because of one reason or the other. They're not inclined. And let's see. Wonder if I should do the reset thingy again. Okay. All right. The light on the inside is red and blue. S&M Lock and Key, good morning. No, I do not need any spare cats. No, thank you. Let's see here. Let's see here. When in doubt, read the directions, right? Okay, so this thing isn't even doing anything right now. Let's look here. Okay. Master pin code creation is the only thing available. So we'll do that. Because 1 is the only option. And as the great band said years ago, 1 is the loneliest number. No, I need those. I need those, please. Thank you. 1, 2, 3, 4. And it may be that I've got very low batteries in here. Because these instructions are not being helpful. Yes, you don't swat at me. Right. Let's see. Locks and locksmithing accessories. They're guaranteed to last at least 2 months past their warranty. Yep. Let's see. Get on the internet. Don't make contact. Maybe. Let's see, when I have the numbers, you should be able to lay all of your fingers across the screen, or lay several fingers across the screen, and it wakes up. But that is not being the case, and I am almost positive that it has to do with the fact my batteries are just about dead. Um, well, that was less than enthusiastic. Yeah, I think the batteries are just shot. Like I said, I meant to get batteries this morning, and I think I just killed what was left in them. Which sucks because these were the ones out of the lock on my front door. You know what? I always preach to my customers that I do electronic lock installs for, change your batteries once a year, whether they need it or not. Well, these have been in there for a year and a half now. So, a Yale Power Hog. Yep, that's what this is. Um, so anyway, their programming can be a bit complex. And I don't do a lot of it. And the customer supplied one that I installed on the door a few weeks ago. Uh, I set it up and I told the lady, I was like, look, I don't know, I don't know how to set this thing up other than what's in the directions, and everything in the directions is, oh, use the app. And uh, so she downloaded the app, and then she was having a difficult time with the app, and I kept trying to help her, but she just she was just impatient. Like, she wouldn't hold still, like literally would not sit still long enough for me to try to walk her through the app and figure things out. And um, anyway, she was getting frustrated because she would just randomly swipe and tap things, and she was looking for one thing specific, and it never popped up in the app. And I'm like, well, maybe you have to go here. And she just kept swiping on the screen and tapping and doing all kinds of stuff. And finally I said, okay, that will be this many dollars, and thank you and have a great day. And just good luck with it, basically, because I can't help you if you're not willing to be helped. Um, just like I can't understand it for you. I can explain it to you, but I cannot understand it for you. We actually have that on a sign in our shop. S&M, no, I do not bring the truck home. I do on rare occasion, like if it makes sense that there's a job that is closer to me first thing in the morning. In other words, if I have to go like west of here for a job, instead of me driving an hour east to get the truck and then backtracking all that way, then I'll bring it home. But normally I don't. Um, Otherwise, yes, I would have ran out and borrowed some from the truck because I keep a whole slew of double A's and 9 volts in there. Let's see. In the tool bag, in the van, at work. Yep, that's it, along with everything else. Less complex with good batteries. Most electric locks like to eat the batteries. You know, the um, Schlage ones actually don't. My boss has 5 encodes on his house. The 2 senses for mine, I replaced the batteries in my side door, which is the one I use the most, a couple weeks ago. And obviously, I haven't done the front door yet. But I have full connectivity, so they're always connected via Bluetooth to the hub, which is an iPad, and that's connected to the internet, so they're always talking. And I also have the auto lock feature turned on both of them. So, meaning that if I unlock it, 2 minutes later, it will lock back, whether the door is open or closed, which I kind of don't like that. I've seen some of these other smart locks have a door position sensor. Um, so you basically just mount a little magnet on the frame of the door, which is tacky, and I'm waiting to see one that's been broken off. But it will automatically lock whenever the door is shut, or it'll sense that the door is shut, give it a minute, and then lock, or however long you specify. So I do kind of like that. But anyway, the batteries in the Schlage ones stay good forever. The display that's in the shop, in the on the showroom floor, I've been there almost 2 years, and well, July will be 2 years since I started, and I don't think we've ever changed the batteries in that one. We've got Schlage Engage, both NDE lever and the deadbolt, Engage deadbolt on the back door of the shop. Those were installed well over a year ago, and those batteries have never been changed. So Schlage actually likes, they're actually easy on batteries. What this lock got replaced with, speaking of Schlage, is the J series. Uh, these came out a little over a year ago, and we've installed probably about 150 of them. They come in square trim or the rounded trim, nickel or aged bronze. And these are standalone. They hold 10 codes. You can make the codes between 4 and 8 digits long. Um, they're keypad programmable. There are some that are connected versions. They connect Z-Wave, so you can connect them to your alarm system or other Z-Wave controllers. They're a little bit more, but these, for the price, these are actually really good. And our Allegiant rep, he was talking with Jason and I a few weeks ago, just before Christmas, and he asked about these. He said, "Have you ever had any that have broken?" I said, "No." And he told us that there's a locksmith down in South Carolina who did something that you're not really supposed to do with these, because these are just residential basic grade locks. And this guy went and installed like 200 of them on an apartment complex, and he has not had a single one to break yet. That's apartment living. So, they're really kind of rough on stuff. So anyway, let's see. Explain it. Yep. Yes, the cats will know so much about locks. Wish they'd learn something about housekeeping. Lockpicking's gal, good morning to you. Hope you're doing all right. Cat burglars. Yep. Yeah, I don't know if the warm weather does affects it or not. I mean, obviously we don't get as freezing cold as you guys do up there. Um, Nico's gonna wire a power bank. It's not an entirely bad idea. Legless Lockpicker, good morning. S&M is the Schlage J series. Part number is JBE 105, and then after that are going to be your trim, style, and finish codes. Again, 4AA batteries. They install very easily. Um, I mean, is really good price point too. Look them up on your distributors, but it's the JBE 105, and then I think it's the JBE 109 are the connected versions, and I think the connected versions are about $50 more than the non-connected versions. So that's a really good price point. If you can, you can sell them to your customers for 150 bucks. That's about what we charge, 150 bucks for them, and they last. So has Jay's name on it. Yep. Oh, definitely hard on the batteries. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, if you don't want to go with Yale or Quickset, try the J series. I'll see if I can bring one in and just give you a rundown of it. It's pretty simple as far as setup, programming, or installation on the door, programming, all that good stuff. Uh, yeah, I mean, they're simple and they're affordable. So if you're looking for a good electronic deadbolt that doesn't have all the bells and whistles, that's definitely an option. Um, Definitely not the option that I gave a commercial customer quote for the other day. Have any of y'all out there done the uh, ever done any Schlage and Gauge hardware, like the NDE levers? Let's see, anyone use the Town Steel? Uh, don't think I've seen the Town Steel. Um, unless if it was at one of the trade shows and I kind of glanced over it. Most of the time at the trade shows you see the Schlage stuff. If Allegion's there, Allegion actually was not at the NCLA trade show last weekend. Disappointing. They always have a lot of great stuff to give away. But Asa Abloy was there, and of course, they had all their Yale residential stuff, and I was like, bleh. Um, I know there are a few other people out there that make electronic deadbolts, but I don't know. I'm not. I mean, I'd like to see them. Um, don't know if we'd ever sell one through the shop. Let's see. Let me see what y'all are talking about. Town Steel. I assume Jay, those electronic deadbolt. Let me Google it. It's owned by UHS. Tells me something there. Let's see here. See, eSmart 4000 electronic push button deadbolt key override, grade 2. Um, let's look here. Comes in sleek, robust design, and the security of a motorized deadbolt lock provides easy keyless access to your home using highly responsive 12-key touch and fingerprint resistant keypad, programmable with up to 400 user codes, interchangeable with RFID key cards, stickers, mechanical key override lock, is available as an extra backup. Yeah, it looks kind of all right. Wouldn't mind taking a look at one. And it says grade 2, which um, we've installed in codes on commercial buildings before. It's like warehouse doors and such. And we actually had one on the back door of the shop when I first started there, but we replaced it with the Engage. That way you can just use a little key fob for both. Let's see, 4 AA's, RFID. Does have a passage mode. Okay. Battery life up to 2 years. I doubt it. Motorized deadbolt. Schlage C keyway. Standard 161 door prep. Let's see. Adjustable back set. 1-inch throw deadbolt. Comes in 626. 626 is your finish code. Schlage and Gauge on some installed seem to hold up. Yeah, Schlage and Gauge, that's another thing I'll bring in one day. That has app managed, like you can do it web-based or mobile app. management for credentials. You use key fobs on them. I just sent a quote for two of those. It was a rather expensive quote because they're for uh, tennis court gates, and the gates are going to require us bringing in a welder and modifying the gates to do it. Kind of hoping they'll do it. Yeah, UHS. I know it's not owned by, or Jay. I know it's not owned by UHS, but um, we don't order from UHS. But that was the first one to pull up. Um, the S&M, if you look for, um, have you done any Schlage CO100 series installs, or has anybody here ever installed a CO100? Is it rekeyable? I'm not sure if it's rekeyable, Miko. Didn't say. Uh, I would I would imagine that you can remove the um, I imagine you could remove the cylinder from in there and replace it. If not, then I wouldn't buy it. I I think I think that our Ilco rep, who we met with the other day, he was at one of our distributors at the Southern Lock distributor point in Charlotte. We went by there to pick up some stuff, and he was there, um, and we talked to him for a long while. I think he mentioned that he is a Town Steel distributor or Town Steel rep as well. If we talk to him again soon, I'll ask him about that if I can remember. Yeah, Jade, key innovation. Yeah, I know. Up to 2 years can also be a week if you're unlucky. Yep. See, maybe I'll buy one, throw it on a day camp. It's open 600 times a day. Yeah, that would be a good stress test. All right, S&M. Okay, is that the CO 100 or the CL? CO is in Ocean or L is in Lincoln? Because this is the Schlage CO 100. And I know you're saying you replace them with Trilogy, and I know a lot of people who have said that. I've never seen a CO 100 fail. And in the last year and a half, I've installed probably 50 of them. My boss has installed a bunch as well, uh, but we don't see them fail. And I don't know what it is. There's another locksmith that I met at NCLA back last year, and he said that his standard policy is if the door has a CO 100 on it, he won't even touch it. He'll just look at it and say it needs to be replaced with a Trilogy alarm lock. I would, if I had spent the money on a CO 100 and I was having an issue with it, I would want somebody to say something more than, yeah, just replace it. I mean, there are things out there that I'll say just replace. Um, and the trilogies, for what you get, they're decent. They just they only seem to last a few years. And everybody that I've heard who's a fan of trilogies and hates CO 100 say that CO 100s only last a couple years. So I don't know. Can't say I've replaced a CO 100. Guys, I will. I think that would be a really good live for me to do is bring in a CO 100. I'll see if our Legion rep needs one assembled and installed on a display mount for him. And I'll bring that in one day and we'll do that. I'll have to figure out the multicam because you definitely need a multi-camera setup for it. That's why I've not really tried to do that yet. Um, and it'll take a little while. I've gotten to the point where I can do them start to finish I can prep the door and everything and be up and running with it in a little less than an hour, as long as there aren't any gremlins. But yeah, I'll see if I can do that. CO100 is a good commercial keypad lock. In case if y'all are wondering, you can Google it. Um, but it's the Schlage CO100. They're pretty good. They don't have the internal clock like the Trilogy does, so you can't schedule passage times. That's the only thing I don't like about them. The alarm lock DL 2700, 2800, you can program it. Basically, you can program it to where it unlocks at a certain time on certain days. So you can do Monday through Friday unlocked between 7 a.m. and 5 p.m. Uh, any time outside of that, you have to have a code. It does store multiple codes. The 2800 does an audit trail, but you have to have the software and the cable and plug into the lock and do all kinds of stuff on that to pull it. Um, but you know, I've talked about them before. Let's see. Really have to find something you trust for Airbnbs. Jay, are you looking for remote access? In other words, where the owner of the property can change their codes at will? Because I've installed in codes for that too. There have been a number of Airbnb people who have bought houses and they're renovating them, getting them fixed up for Airbnb. And Airbnb recommends this piece of crap. Uh, but the Schlage code, and I wonder, I saw a video finally, an actual video of the Encode Plus, the BE 499 that's out. The Encode Plus integrates what I like about the Schlage Sense into the Schlage Encode. So you do have networking abilities both through Wi-Fi and Bluetooth, which means it'll work with pretty much anybody's home system. And then also it has near field communication, so you can use your phone or your Apple Watch to unlock it. Um, but the CO100, Jay, or not the CO100, Jay, look at the Encode. They're pricey. You can get them again though, and they're bulletproof. I mean, the only reason why I haven't sprang for an Encode is because I like having the connection through Apple HomeKit so that I can use Siri, which I use the hands-free, "Hey Siri, unlock my door" command way more than I ever thought I would. It is just so convenient. But you can on those with the Encode access it through the home app. As long as it's connected to Wi-Fi, you can make those changes on the fly from anywhere you've got internet on your phone. Plus, you get real-time access to view, is it unlocked? Is it locked? If somebody's checked out and they forgot to lock it behind them, you can lock it remotely. I did a video on Schlage Encode a long time ago, like a year ago, maybe. Um, you've got my number, Jay. You can give me a holler if you need any more on it or want me to show you anything else. Hop Skippity, good morning. Just in time to start to wind up because I couldn't get this piece of crap to work for me because I've got dead batteries, and then I've been kind of yammering for a while. We're not recording a podcast episode today, but I am, like I said earlier, I am editing the last one we recorded the other night. Gonna have another couple guests coming up on the podcast over the next few weeks, so stay tuned to that. One of them, possibly, you guys are over on the locksmith Reddit, y'all might know or be surprised at one of them. I'm not going to give anything else away as far as our guests, though. But we've got some interesting topics. If any of y'all have a topic that you would like us to discuss, give us a shout. Either Tyler, Jeff, or myself, and we will, we'll look at it. We'd be happy to take suggestions as far as topics. Nothing's really out of the question as long as it has something to do with locksmithing, the locksmithing trade. Dana, I'm way behind on the podcast too. um, Jay, you should listen while you're between, on your way to another job. Um, and yeah, just I don't know, give it a shot. We're on Spotify, Stitcher, Apple Podcasts. I know you don't have Apple, but any of those, and then Tyler Thomas's YouTube channel, he uploads it. Um, it's all audio, so we don't have any video. Um, and we have a good time with it. There's a lot that goes on behind the scenes to make the episodes pretty good. At least we think they're pretty good. But what you do? What? Little girl. Little girl. Anyway, sorry, got distracted by kitties. You should get Locks and Wire there so he can tell you why he wants to be a locksmith. Yep, I will be too. Anthony. Anthony, I'll just have to text you after the episode is recorded. Um, you two leave each other alone. Excuse you. Um, sorry, kitties were aggravating each other. So, alrighty. Well, I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up. Rune, you said that the audio setup was good today. That's awesome. This is the way I was doing it, just using the streaming app on my phone and AirPods. So we'll keep that up for a little bit. And but anyway, I want to thank everybody who has showed up today. Everybody who always shows up and asks where I am when I don't show up. So y'all appreciate it. Have a great week. Don't lose any really important screws on a job and stay out of trouble. We'll see you next time.